What's going on, y'all? This is another take on Elf Tribal that I ran into on the ladder yesterday. Here we are mono green, and the general idea is that we get to a ton of mana and pump it into either Elvish Warmaster or Lair of the Hydra. Elvish Warmaster, of course, buffs all your elves and gives them Death Touch, and makes more elves. That makes that ability better. Takes 7 mana, which is a bit pricey, but we can get there pretty easily through Circle of Dreams Druid, which taps for 1 green for each creature you control. This is a new card from the AFR. And also we have Canopy Tactician from Kaldheim, taps for 3 and gives all your elves, your other elves, +1/+1, which is very good if we're going wide with a whole bunch of elves. And we've seen Lair of the Hydra before. It becomes an XX when you play it, put in X+1 mana into it. Pretty solid. And if we do make a giant Lair of the Hydra, we like to give it Trample with Rune of Might. There's another bit of tech here in case our opponent has jump blockers, which are very common in the current format. This also gives us a redraw, helps us find what we need to, and gives it +1/+1 as well. Not bad. The rest is pretty normal stuff. We have the good 1-drop elves in Sentinel and Blightblade. We have Blizzard Brawl for our removal of choice. Goes well with Blightblade. Sculptor of Winter helps us ramp a little as well. Boreal Outrider can make our elves a little bit bigger. Trying out one copy of Varus here. Pretty strong new creature. Is an elf. Human elf. 3 mana, 3/3, reach, ward 1. Pretty good stat line and keywords already. Whenever you cast a creature or planeswalker, we don't have planeswalkers, you get to venture into the dungeon. Triggers once each turn. Whenever you complete a dungeon, you get a 2/2 wolf. Pretty solid little value engine if we plan on casting lots of creature spells, which almost the entire deck is creatures. We have 10 non-creatures, I believe, with Blizzard Brawl, Rune, and 2 Elven Ambush, the other elf card that I haven't played with before. 4 mana instant, create a 1/1 elf warrior for each elf you control. Doubles the number of elves you have on the field. This is kind of greedy. It's only really good if you already have a decent number of elves on the board, but it can get you lethal out of nowhere if you just double the number of elves you have, and then that gives you twice as much mana with your Circle of Dreams Druid, and they're all bigger because of your Canopy Tactician. It goes pretty well. And then for card advantage, we have 2 Toskies. We're going wide. Toski is just a very strong green card, so we have a couple of those in here. This is a reasonably budget build. Rare count is fairly low. We've got 4, 8, 12, 13, 17, which is not too bad compared to the other decks in Standard 2022. That is the deck. Let's go try it out. Okay, we've got lands and a curve. We'll take it. Open with the ramp. Up against Izzet Giants. Should be fine as long as we can dodge their sweeper. We do find a 2-drop, so we get to effectively ramp. They might also play Crush the Weak, in which case we just lose this, but if it's just Battle of Frost and Fire, we should be okay. Prismari command, sure. Let's keep ramping and buff the squad. Our opponent elects to use Prismari command for their own ramp, which can be an issue. Calamity Bearer is not the most concerning thing we could have, though. I think we're going for Toski here, then we can draw off the Blightblade. Also, Toski is a good blocker for the Calamity Bearer for this turn. second Toski, not that I believe they will take care of this one, but also probably Elven Ambush unless they sweep here. Glasspool Mimic, okay. 2 Calamity Bearers, still don't get through Toski. Now we lose our blocker, so they can hit us for 12 here, which is probably worth throwing away a 1/1 for. Might play the second Toski just to get this block. But we're going to draw some more top end here. Let's see, do I throw away a token for an extra card? I think so. So we attack like this, keep up some blockers. They take the obvious block, otherwise they would have just blocked Toski. Another Canopy Tactician's pretty good. Guess it's more mana efficient than the Circle of Dreams Druid. Also allows our elves to trade with a Calamity Bearer. Well, 2 for 1, but still. Against 2 Calamity Bearers, that's just fine. Cinderclasm's kind of rough, but now we can trade 1 for 1 if they attack. So of course they do not attack. Now we don't have any good attacks into the Calamity Bearers. And we keep just drawing land, which is not ideal. There's the Circle of Dreams Druid. Do we go for the second Toski here to block? Then we're on absolutely nothing in our hands. I don't think the 12 life is worth that. Surtland Flinger, don't usually see this one in Giants. It's very expensive and doesn't do anything until it attacks, but here, since we're not drawing any of our removal, seems pretty good. Yeah, we are done here. Okay, next opponent we have a War Master and removal, once again on the draw. Never want to be on the draw with just about any deck, but especially one like this. Here we'll probably War Master and Blizzard Brawl this turn. Assuming the Sentinel survives. Okay, our opponent does have the second land. Do they have a 2-drop to play? No, they have another 1-drop, which is fine. Definitely happy to see another War Master. Let's go ahead and take out the Sentinel, stop them from accelerating any further. I'm fine taking 2 from the Shamblers here. With 2 War Masters, we can block them for days. going to grow the Shamblers, which is fine. I think we're just hanging back, playing the second War Master and putting a rune on it. Start going wide, plan to use the 7 mana ability here. Let's see, if we make this a 3 and they buff both of these and double block, it still just trades. But, yeah, we'll put it on one of these. We plan to keep it around for longer than the 1/1 tokens. Yep, I'm out of plays. Go ahead and put your counters on. Oh, not the second one. Might be holding a snakeskin veil for something. Elven Ambush is exactly what I like to see when I have 5 elves on board. If they attack here, they start losing the race pretty quickly, so I don't believe they will be doing so. Ranger class can help with that. Also, the 2/2s don't attack into the 3/3 War Master very well. Varys. Well, Ambush is more mana efficient, so we'll go for that this turn. Do I want to make any attacks? I don't think so. They can make a 3/3 Swarm Shambler, which trades just fine. Elven Ambush is an instant, so we can go for it on their turn. Maybe now they'll make an attack with a 4/4 and we can come up with 5 1/1s. 7 1/1s because of the War Masters. Oh, you're gonna do it. Maybe. Yep, that's a 3/3. Here's our ambush. Here's the second ambush. And that gets the concession. Alright. That is definitely not a card many people are prepared for. I got wrecked by that Elven Ambush, and that is what prompted me to build this deck in the first place. Alright, let's see what we've got here. No 1-drop, but we've got so many powerful cards, I think we'll be fine. Plus 3 lands on the play. Stupid Lair of the Hydra, always holding priority. Another land is fine here. Got the War Master down, maybe they do nothing and we can get some damage in. Here we probably put the Rune of Might onto the Lair of the Hydra. As, well, never mind, Varys is better. Let's see if we can get this damage in before they use Dragon's Fire. Oh, maybe they have nothing. Discard Magma Opus, sure. No Draconic Intervention, please, one time. That would be pretty brutal. Draconic Intervention on 3. Alright, not quite. If we play this first, we get to buff the squad. So we do it before combat. Also get to venture if they plan on interacting with Varys. Alright, takes out the War Master. That's fine. Not ideal, obviously, but could be worse. Do the cheap dungeon. Don't really need more lands. Get in for 6, not too bad. And they loot instead of making a treasure with Prismari commands. Must have a lot of land in that hand. Bodes well for us. And Goldspan, of course. And attacks. They're taking a lot of damage. We got lethal. We can attack with a 3/3 Lair of the Hydra. 3 plus that is lethal, assuming they don't have a removal spell. Or we could play it a little safer and rune Outrider Ambush, which is only bad if they have a sweeper, which I think it's more likely they'll have some sort of spot removal. So we'll play a little cautiously. Take our draw first. We don't have the mana to Outrider and Ambush here. Yes, we do. We can make a treasure off of Varus. And we get in for 6. Looking at my 2/2 there, which makes me suspect they have some spot removal. They don't go for it though. Curious. Iteration means we're probably not losing this turn. Even if they go land Draconic Intervention, we can attack with a 6/6 Lair of the Hydra, which means their Goldspan dies unless they attack with it, and that Expressive Iteration means we should just win, as they no longer have the mana for a sweeper. Crush the Weak does not get it done here. Of course they get 2 more mana if they attack with the Goldspan, but then they don't have the blocker for our Lair of the Hydra. And they're 2 mana short of an Epiphany, so we should just have them here. Yeah, Galazeth is not going to do it. Guess we should ambush before they have counterspells available, just in case they play Destroke or Negate. We do this before Galazeth makes the treasure. Alright, Frostbite, that is fine. We get 3 more 2/2s, and yeah, they're dead. Power up Lair of the Hydra for X4, and yeah, we're good. Not too bad. No 1-drop, but we've got some stuff to do. I've seen worse. None of the real gas of the deck, but we should draw into some eventually. There's some. And now we can play the other Sculptor, trigger the War Master. Spellbinder doesn't really matter since we have 6 mana available. Let's rune up. Let's see. We don't really want to trade the War Master, so we'll buff the token here. Okay, there, the Hydra is not bad. Don't have enough to play the Circle of Dreams Druid, so we'll just go all in except for the War Master. Don't love trading away our mana, but we do have to start hitting them somehow. Okay, this is Clerics. Another War Master's not bad, but now we can't get over the 3/3 until we get 7 mana, which we will have next turn at least. Or maybe not, if we have to discard this forest. Alright, no attacks at least. I don't want to have to discard again, but we do need to get this mana down. It's tough. If they're playing discard, let's get the cards out of our hand. They're not playing snow, so we don't have to worry about blood on the snow at least. Draina, sure. They can get back their Spellbinder, which is annoying. But as long as they don't sweep this board, we can buff with War Masters several times next turn, so we should be fine. Play the Sentinel as well. Still no attacks. And yes, they see. The Circle of Dreams Druid here taps for 1,000,000, so we get to activate War Master at least twice, which gives us well more than enough power to get through them. Okay, on the draw we're going to need to find a third land, but otherwise this seems okay. There's a third land, very nice. Could be green-white Magecraft, but I don't think they usually play Florahedron. The Death Touchers should be pretty good if they are Magecraft, as they can trade up with their 10/10 big stuff. Ah, it's green-white Landfall. That makes more sense. I think here we get Varus down so we can start venturing. Next turn we can Canopy Tactician, or Blizzard Brawl if that really seems necessary. Okay, they tap one of their blockers, that's not bad. Probably make another one off Felidar Retreat. Yep. And passes. Well, I don't see anything here we really want to Blizzard Brawl. We're fine trading Blight Blades for these, or Varus for a 2-for-1. So get our Lord down, Venture, Scry for... I think we need something that does a little more than that. We already have 3 out of 4. Takes 8, sure. They can counterattack pretty effectively here if they have a land. Yep, now they're a lot wider. Yeesh. Do have the land. Yep. Still not great though. Ah, that's rough. Now we are in a not good at all spot, as we don't have a ton of mana or anything else. can Blizzard Brawl their 3/3, and they're almost out of cards. And then we can get an Outrider down. Seems okay. And make a 1/1. Or a Treasure, but that doesn't seem particularly useful at the moment. I guess if we make a Treasure, we can play the Blightblade. Whereas a 1/1 Goblin here doesn't do much of anything. So we'll go with that. So now we use this to pay for Blizzard Brawl. Take out their largest creature. Don't think we're super concerned about the life gain from Innkeeper, especially with them on one card. And there's the Blightblade. This has Indestructible, but it's also... we're probably not blocking with it anyway. So yeah, we can attack. Down to 9. Oh, it's Vorinclex. Sure, why not? And another Blizzard Brawl, looks like. At least we have the Blightblades to take care of Vorinclex. Not if it has Indestructible, though. 2 Blizzard Brawls for our opponent. Has Trample, so no point in really blocking. There's a War Master. Let's see. Also interesting that they'd use Vorinclex to kill the thing that gives us +1/+1 counters, which are negated by Vorinclex anyway. I think we want the War Master here, and then we just drain them for 1 so we can survive a little better. War Master gives us more value when we cast the Outrider. Land, counters, and probably dead. So we need to put at least 2 toughness behind Vorinclex, or we die. So we do that. And yeah, we're out of creatures here. They went bigger than we did. On the draw, this seems fine though. If we find a land, we can get a turn 3 Toski. Seems decent. Or Elven Ambush, as the case may be. Probably don't want to do that for 2, though. Yep, Kalane, standard Rakdos Treasure stuff. Get the attack in. Kalane doesn't attack into the 2/2, so no reason not to attack there, since we're fine trading the Blightblade for Kalane. Predator as a 4/4 is a very big problem, as we don't have any way to kill indestructible things. Let's try to trade the Blightblade for Kalane again. Nope. Yeah, they're happy racing us with their Predator. And let's get Toski down. Guess I should have done that pre-combat. Whoops. Could have drawn off that Blightblade, or encouraged them to trade with Kalane. take 5. I mean, there's no way I'm not blocking with Toski. Yeah, there's no point in attacking with Kalain there. The second Predator. All sorts of gas here. Well, we can take out Kalain. And stop their Predator from blocking. Or take out the Predator, alternatively. So we Blizzard Roll with our Death Toucher to the Predator. We're still taking a lot of damage. These attack for 10 next turn. But maybe we can draw enough cards to get out of it. Next turn we'll have plenty of mana if we get the Circle of Dreams Druid down. Oh, right, 11 actually, because this taps itself. Let's attack first in case we want to play something else. We might get a Jaspera Sentinel. Which probably wouldn't play over the Circle of Dreams Druid, but having reach to block these is important. Okay, don't think Rune of Might does it. We really just have to find another Blizzard Brawl and a Reach Blocker, or 2 of 1. Let's see, Canopy Tactician gives us 3 more damage, which makes it 6, 8, 9, which is not 13. Or we can power up Lair the Hydra for 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 4 is 11, which is not enough. So I think we just have to attack all here. We might as well use the Rune of Might. Put it on the Death Toucher, I suppose. Our opponent has something, which is unfortunate. Because our only outs cost 2 mana total. So we might as well do that. And now we attack and get our 4 draws to try and find them. If they are sitting on removal, they might still just kill our Sentinel if we do find one. Alright, we find 1 Blizzard Brawl, which is not going to be enough. We're still dead to the second Predator. But we'll make him do it. Sure. And yeah, there's no way we don't die here. Let him have it though. Three of the wrong 1-drop. If those 2 were Sentinels, we'd still be in this game. Alright. Always Goldspan. Alright, let me go first. Give me some War Masters and, you know, a decent curve. Be nice to me. Alright, no War Master, but we are first and have a decent curve. I'll take it. Can rune up our sentinel here. Hopefully we draw some land. There's some land. Hit him for 2. Opponent does nothing. So we'll be casting Varus here. Might have removal. Don't use it on the sentinel. They might get trapped by the ward 1 on Varus. Nope. Okay. They might wish they saved their flunks once we get Toski out. Or maybe they just have a third one. Scavenger. That's fine. Let's see, we can War Master Sentinel brawl the Scavenger down. Seems pretty decent. I guess we can wait for the Sentinel until we see what we draw off Toski. Get the Sentinel out first so we can get through and get the draw. Crippling Fear, ouch. We do have 2 strong cards here. Ah, they're actually rogues. What a gamer. Zareth time. Getting Toski seems pretty rough. Yeah, we don't have any way to deal with Toski. Except blocking it, and yeesh. But we can block the Zareth. And Toski. They get through with the Windrobber, though. No, they don't. We can block the Windrobber with the Sentinel. Interesting choices. Okay. I don't think you'd want to do that before declaring your risky attack, but sure. Zareth down, Windrobber down. Let's see, you can hit them with Faceless Haven, play War Master. Seems decent. Can also hit them with the Tactician. It's a little riskier, but we do want to get damage through. Actually, we can hit them with all of these. Down to 8. Hopefully they don't have another Crippling Fear. Alright, Thought Thief, they get a draw off. That's fine. They are dead on board at the moment. Second Zareth. I don't think there's any other permanents you really want in here. They can get Varus or a Death Toucher. Take Varus. They can flash the Thought Thief back in. They'd rather thirst the War Master. They still have the mana for the Thought Thief. Adventures. Let's see. We're still closing in on lethal, though. Let's see here. I think we hold back the Sentinel that doesn't have good attacks, as they can just kill it with Varus. Okay, so we block Zareth here. They do still have their land they can block with. Plus they get 2 cards. But on the off chance we top Blizzard Brawl and they get nothing here, can still win. Nope. This hand is garbage. This hand is also garbage, but we'll take it. Kick the land. Is this the same Esper Gamer from before? I don't think so. Blue-white flump. Okay. Or it's dealt damage. We draw. Let's see if they want to block. They do. Might find something better to do. Nope. Here's Circle of Dreams Druid. We can kill it with Blightblade Brawl if we decide that's effective. We are going wide, so one blocker isn't necessarily that much of an issue. Let's see, is there any world in which we need all this mana this turn? More than an extra point of damage? Probably not with only one draw. And it's a forest. If they had Doomscar, they would have foretold it. Next turn we can buff layer the Hydra for quite a bit. Never mind. All those cards in hand and still fetches Environmental Sciences. Interesting. Not drawing any of our cards that do anything. It's unfortunate. Okay, more flumps. Alright, that's a card that does something. See, I think we want to get one of these out of the way. They do have a maximum hand size. They don't have that much mana, so they can't just keep drawing, whereas we can. Tempted to rune on the Hydra here. It's not very mana efficient though. We can make 3 more 1/1s here, which isn't fantastic. I think what we want is to just replay the Circle of Dreams Druid. Now they can have Doomscar, but we have Lair of the Hydra to follow up. Oh, they're a mill deck. Okay. I guess Flump does help that. Because every time we draw it gets us more mills. I want to draw first here, put the rune on the Hydra. Maybe we get the Lord. We do. Sure. I can play it again here. I'm not sure I want to. I think what I'd rather do is cast Elven Ambush. And then next turn when we play the Tactician, they're all 2/2s that can attack. And we're still at 35 cards, they're at 13, should be okay. Ruin Crab, of course. So that means they're not planning on sweeping, which is good. See if I can ambush. And probably have some sort of counter or divide by 0. Nope. Alright, can I play my Tactician? Can. Tap that, and then we can activate this, which has trample and is lethal. Yeah, not bad. I was worried they weren't going to do anything there because I forgot to power up that Lair of the Hydra before combat started. It was definitely better than attacking with the 2-1, or 3-2 at that point, but we did get there.